I need to hold the camera up like this, but then my gimbal was stolen just a few days ago. My eyes look tired. You guys, ay. This body has to get used to traveling by force. Maybe we should go into the kitchen. I think we should go in the kitchen because the lighting there must be better. Yo, darkness. Darkness. Okay, better. I think this is much better. I need to find a place to put. I don't know where the light is going to. Cut now. That's the problem. The light is better here. Mother, hi. Hello. The light is better that side. The light is better on that side. But unfortunately, this is where I can get a seat. This is where I can get a seat. They told me I have to be a woman. I don't have to look like a man. So I apply a bit of lipstick. Lip balm. Yeah. I'm still in Kenya. Maybe I should go in the bedroom and look for a different light. I don't know. Let me try to find something that brings better light to my face, so that we can have a beautiful evening together. Are you still in Kenya? Yes, I am still in Kenya. Are you still in Mbale? One time I'll come and see. Yeah, in Mbale. Let me put on my extra light. Okay. Now I think, yeah, yep. Now I think we are safer here. Yeah, I think we are safer here. My skin is skinning. My lips are lipping. So, how are you guys doing? I'm doing okay. Today has been a very confusing day. I do not have Uganda nyash, and also because it doesn't put food on my table, it's not something that I would put online intentionally. Yeah, but otherwise, hey, the last 3 days, guys, what does it mean to have a dry cough? Because I've been having a dry cough, then tonsillitis, then now I don't feel any of those, then I felt fever. Yo, it's like someone is abechka. My clan members are busy. They don't want to see me traveling. Sorry, the weather is bad. Actually, the weather was only bad today, but I started getting sick on Tuesday. I started getting sick on Tuesday, and yeah. But other than that, Kenya has been treating me very well. However, I miss some things at home. Mm, painful. I'm having dry cough. Try to chew ginger. I have been I've been taking a lot of ginger. Ginger and what? I've been taking a lot of ginger and lemon. Yeah, I mix ginger and lemon. And this is the relief that you see that I'm even able to come here and talk to you guys. Is Uganda cheaper? No, to be honest, Kenya is cheaper. I know they don't want to hear it. I know the currency is, you guys, your currency is stronger than ours. That is very true. But life here seems cheaper than in Uganda because for 1,000 Kenyan shillings, that is equivalent to 30,000 or 29,000 Ugandan shillings. I can actually get a decent room in Nairobi, in the city. Whereas in Kampala, you have to have at least 1,800 Kenyan shillings to get a room. Those are the things I base on to say it's cheaper. Then food-wise, you guys are limited to food. Kenyans are very limited to food. They are known for their usual food, and then if they decide, but there is matoke, which is surprisingly cheaper in Kenya, because by the time I left Uganda, matoke was very, very expensive, like very expensive. And then I'm in Nairobi, and surprisingly, food, matoke is not so expensive. So you can board a taxi from Kasirani, where I am, at 60 Kenyan shillings. How much is that in Ugandan money? But in Uganda, oh my God. I don't know why my country people make life very expensive. Ugandans, let me know, why do you make life expensive? Why do you like, guys, please like the life so that, uh-huh. I want to like my own life, but I'm not seeing where to go so I can like my own life. Kenya is expensive because they only use gas, but in Uganda, one can use charcoal. But charcoal, gas is cheap. I know gas is very, that's what I'm saying, that Kenya is a bit cheaper because every household has internet Wi-Fi. In Uganda, that's not the case. That's not the case. In Uganda, you just find only rich people have Wi-Fi, or even middle income earners. But it looks like in Kenya, most households, especially in Nairobi, do have Wi-Fi's in their homes. You know, it's like necessity. They don't look at it as a luxury. They look at it as a necessity. Yeah. So that is something I really love. And then there is the gas thing. Like I've seen charcoal, but very moderate. I think they only get charcoal for roasting their nyama choma, when Kenyans get their what? The charcoal. But other than that, most of them are using gas, which is something I think Ugandans should copy. I think Ugandans should copy that. Don't you guys agree? I see your schools. No child has torn uniforms. Maybe it's cheaper there. The reason it looks like that is because actually some schools, the ones No, gas is not dangerous. Yes, there is nothing that is not dangerous, mother. Everything under the sun is dangerous. Even charcoal is dangerous. Even a candle, something as mere as a candle. Everything under the universe. You see, the sun is very good, but if it overshines, it will burn everything. The water is good, but when it floods, people die. Alcohol is good, but if you overdrink, you will go mad or addicted or find yourself. Guys, let's like the life, please. Now I'm picking up let's like the life. So everything is dangerous, but as long as you know how to control it and you make it something to use every day, it's not dangerous. I've used gas since I was in since 19. Since I was 19, that's when I first bought my first gas cylinder at uni. That was my second year at university. Um, so yeah, it's not as dangerous. Uh, I was still answering to this gentleman who is saying that school, our children's school uniforms are not torn. Those are the kids in the city. Even in Nairobi, I don't think you can find a child with a torn uniform. I don't think you can find that in Nairobi. I haven't seen that. So it is the same. Even in Uganda, you will not see a lot of children with torn uniforms, or even see children with torn uniforms as such. But uniforms are cheap, and nowadays, uniforms are very expensive. You find a school uniform for a primary kid. This primary kid who is even still in kindergarten, now the uniform is like 6,000 Kenyan shillings. Ugandans, eh? Mm-mm. Yeah, but guys, let's like the life, please. Please, let's like the life. Please, let's like the life. Aha. So anyway, apart from that, there is yeah, those are things that I'm noticing. But regardless of all the good things that I've seen in Nairobi, somehow I miss home. I miss home. I miss my dogs so bad, like really. I don't know if they ate. I'm sure somebody's giving them food, but there is a way I pay attention to them. I stay there, make sure they eat. Um, so when I'm not there, I start thinking, did they eat? Did they, you know? And I know it's, guys, please like the life. Like the life, please. Just one like, yet we are six. Let me see if I can like my own life. Unfortunately, not. Hmm? Yeah, I cannot like my own life. I don't even know why this is like this today. Usually there is somewhere I can tap and give myself likes. But now I can't do it. Hmm? I can't do it, guys. I hear you don't have tall building. That means Kampala is so big. Kampala is not a small city, but not as small as Nairobi. The fact is, Kenya is a very gigantic country, like a very big country compared to Uganda. That is a fact. So you do not expect, and then Kenya got its independence first before Uganda. That is another fact. Another fact is Kenyans have been having presidents who actually love their country, regardless of how they've been fighting, and you know, but they've actually loved their country. And according to what I've seen, Kenyans, when I see you striking, if you ever come to Uganda, now get me right, Uganda is a very beautiful country with very rich minerals, with rich people, with beautiful and innovative people. But you all know the problem that we have. And every time when you're in Uganda, you assume everything is perfect, but get out of Uganda and then you start thinking, oh my God. Hmm? Kenya roads are bigger than our cowpath. Aggie, that is so mean. Don't say that. Aggie. No. Um, some things are really embarrassing, but it's the reality. But that is a little bit of an exaggeration. Our roads are very tiny, like we have very small. Aggie, please. But our roads are small. Simanyi na kumanya wembatandika, but Kenyan roads are very big. Like today, I went to Garden City, Kasarani Garden City Mall, and the road there has 12 lanes, like 6 and then 6 on the other side, which is 12 lanes. And I've never seen that in Uganda. I've never seen that in Uganda. I think the day we see that, someone will want us to lick the feet. Don't laugh. We have more accidents still. I think I understand why Kenyans have more accidents. You Kenyans don't have a lot of accidents because of the roads. You have more accidents because of your attitude. And I know some might find this offensive, but it's the truth. Kenyans drive like mad people. I don't know if they just first go to a liquor store and drink. Every time I was in Uganda complaining about how fast they are, then I arrived in Nairobi. I was like, dear Ugandans, I'm sorry. You guys are driving very peacefully. Kenyans will drive very recklessly, and you cannot avoid accidents. You cannot blame accidents to bad roads sometimes, especially in this case, Kenyan case. You can't. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't. Mabira Road is like so narrow. I tell like only fish. Naye bannanga tete mukisusa. Aggie, no, it's not that bad. Actually, Mabira Road is being worked on. I think one of the worst roads now we have is the road heading to Fort Portal. Yeah, that's where there is a very bad road, but some of the roads are really being worked on and they really look nice, even though they are small. Even though they are small. This week, 2 famous people in Kenya went to heaven, Kamani and Baba. May their soul rest in peace. This is what I always say, like, I don't even know how to mourn dead people anymore. When you've mourned certain people in your life, everybody else seems like, and the worst part is you've mourned them when they're still alive. So when people die, it just reminds me that one day it will be my turn. So I don't usually like focusing on it so much. Otherwise, I will not do anything. Otherwise, I will not do anything. But I really loved the way Kenyans reacted, and they really did love the guy. And then it makes you think whether he actually was losing all the time, or it's like in Uganda, Yawangula siafuga. Don't come for me, please. I'm poor. I'm just a poor girl. Ah, I hear you learn Swahili. Bad thing is I am not a linguistic person, and I'm not even keen on learning a new language. However, I understand like 60% of Kiswahili, and I don't add yeah, I was reading this thing they've just set me that I should try it. So we're on Swahili. So I think Swahili is a beautiful language, and I envy people who can speak it, like perfectly speak it, but I can't. However, lakini minasema Swahili kidogo kidogo, yeah. Yes, I speak like chakula, maji, money. I know how to count a bit of it. Just. Yeah, but don't crucify me. There are some people who are really talented and they learn languages fast. I just don't. And I'm not sorry because there are also things I can do you cannot do. Yes, there are also things that I can do that you cannot do. I understand Swahili, but talking is zero. I can say a bit of words. I think most of us Ugandans, we learned a bit of Swahili back in school, basic Swahili back in school, because we thought they were going to make a national language. Because, sorry. So, yeah, Swahili is a nice language, but difficult to learn. This one is them. I'll not read the name. Let me read the question. Hi, Lynn. Lynn, what makes you happy in life? Money. Okay, money makes everyone happy. But what makes Lynn happy is listening to beautiful music, like constructive music, even if it's a love song, but not a vulgar one. What makes makes me happy is being in studio singing, adventuring. Like right now, I'm in Nairobi. I'm happy. I love to travel. That is to say, what else makes me happy is my dogs. What else makes me happy? People are bad, but then we live in a world where we have to live with people. And I try to always find the goodness in people. Like today, I've been at the mall. I didn't really have to associate with them, but looked at how gorgeous Kenyan women looked like. Looked at how men, I love looking at handsome men, even if I don't want anything to do with them. Yeah. So there are so many things that make me happy. And oh, water, being at the beach makes me happy. There are so many things that make me happy. But I think the top thing that makes me happy is being able to make my own money without bothering other people. The whole of Uganda is green, no desert. Um, the whole of Uganda is green, but then we have some parts of Uganda that can get really dry, can get to become almost like semi-deserts, like Gulu, Pakchorwa, those kinds of areas. Sometimes, guys, let's like the life. You can't tell me you're not enjoying the jazz because I know you are. You are. So please like the live. Hi, my Auntie Jackie. How are you? How are you, love? I hope you're fine. This has been a very abrupt live because I was very bored. I was like, let me just go live and talk to people. So you used passport to go to Kenya, or my ID can allow me? Um, Yeah, I can see that we are 9, but I only see 2 likes. It is breaking my heart. It is breaking my heart. Ah. Hi, my love, Harriet. How are you, my love? I hope you're fine. Mm-hmm. Mother is still asking if she can use a passport or her ID. If you're coming to Kenya, you can come with your ID alone. But if you know there are other extra activities that you're going to do, like receive cash from abroad, actually, I just discovered that today. If you're going to receive a Western Union, a MoneyGram, Rare, whatever, you'll actually need a passport. You'll need to carry a passport. But if you're coming to Nairobi with your already exchanged money and you just want to do shopping, yes, your ID alone is enough. We are still liking the life. Amen. Moroto is dry. Arua and Nebi Pakwachi is very dry too. Yes, those are very dry. Good but cold. Me, I want that problem, but I can't get it. Madam, get married there. I can see someone is getting fire. Yeah, it's a trap. I am not falling for. First of all, how can I cook ugali every single day of my life? Okay, not every single day, but as often as they do it. Second of all, have you seen Kenyan men? Yeah. ah, Nindama. To a lot of us watching, please keep liking. Yes, doing good, dear. How are you? Auntie Jackie, I am so happy that Harriet, you're here. And Nairobi been treating me really nice. But that thing of getting married in Nairobi, do you know how much I love my Uganda? Ah, do you know? Yeah, even in my next life. I've seen Kenya, it's really developed, like really developed, that even when I start talking about it, some Ugandans will abuse me. But the truth is, they're very developed. They're more developed than my country, Uganda. But kumna Uganda kwa siva. Have you seen Kenyan men? Ah. You are wicked, Harriet. Let's do culture cross. Neda, 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 neda. Neda, 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 neda. The last relationship I was in, it was a Ugandan person with a different culture from mine. Now imagine a whole country difference. Yay! Oh, you've come to gossip. I hear, what about Kenyan men? When I have energy one day, I'll tell you about Kenyan men. But for now, I'm here being kind. Yeah. Please keep being kind, because what do you mean? First of all, Kenyan men and Bachiga have the same parent. Them and romantic, I don't know if I've just seen the wrong ones. And then I'm too soft. I think I'm just too soft for a Kenyan man. They're like soldiers. Let me say these things closing my eyes, so that when I open, you don't judge me. Like, they're too tough. Yeah, they're too strict. They're but they look handsome. They're very handsome. I've seen some Kenyan men on the street, and I'm like, but then I remember, well, get back to your senses. Auntie, please don't generalize. After what did Auntie say? And yes, I love Uganda so much too. Mkwana, tonzija waffe Uganda. Imagine, ndi muna Uganda, nakulira wano era ndizikibwa wano, ndi muna Uganda. Even if I get married to who, I want to be buried in my land. I want to be buried in my motherland, Uganda. Even if I'm in America, even if I'm where, I want to be taken home to my great-great-grandparents' resting places. Yes. Yes. Actually, Bachiga can be romantic. Hey, Auntie Jackie, the Bachiga I met. But Bashamwe, you people. Maybe I was, yeah. They are very rough to me. Do you kneel down for men? It is a tradition that we all do. However, it's not a command. Like, Ugandans have sections. Like, there is a Baganda. In Buganda Kingdom, it is a must for a woman to kneel when they are serving their elders, their husbands, their parents, and so what, so not. And then other parts of Uganda don't do it like that. That is why when you meet Ugandans, they're not all the same. So don't be disappointed because you've met a Ugandan who does not kneel. Where I come from, you kneel when it is necessary. It is not by force. I kneel depending on how you treat me. If I feel like, oh, today I'm in love, I will kneel. If I feel like you've been a good husband, like it's not a mandate. Do you get the difference, Sebo? Now you get the difference. You get the difference. For us, we kneel depending on how you treat us. But the Baganda people, the Basoga, even Bagisunil, eh, but so when you meet a Ugandan who does not kneel, do not assume they don't know, they don't behave well. It's just that in their tradition, that is not a prerequisite. Ah, my English. I will kill you. Bagisu we kneel to. Hey, Bagisu. But why are Bagisu kneeling? You the toughest people in UG, the ones who can stand Imbalu. You kneel. It is not fair. But yeah, I'm going to bed now. Good night. Banange, oyingiranga nkoko, sawa bbiri. Harriet. Warayenge. But anyway, thank you so much for being here. I'm grateful. And I'll get to your inbox in kunnyonnyora ebirala. And I have taught my daughters to kneel. Well, that's a good thing. Kneeling is a good thing, but I personally don't think that kneeling is a sign of respect, or because I can kneel down physically, but when in my heart I see you like you get what I'm saying? So I grew up in a household where kneeling was never a necessity, even if traditionally we do. But still, in my whole clan, it was never. Oh, Harriet, by the way, have you seen how my lip is? After this one is over, I am hunting for you to give me another one. Are you seeing? After this one is over, I am coming for another one. Madam, I'm not on WhatsApp now until next week. My phone jammed. Yay! Yay! I'll call you. Yeah, but just so you know, prepare my another lip balm because this is very nice. It smells good. It's light on the lip. Ah, everything good is about this lipstick. Guys, please let's like the live. Yeah, so kneeling is not, it's like okugamba mbu omuntu ayasoma aba ategeera nnyo. No, it's not the same. So I look at kneeling the same. Nti omuntu asobola okufukamira naye nga ate empisa zero, naye nga it is okay oli bw'aba akikola, like it's very okay if somebody does it, but it shouldn't define ow'empisa n'atali wa mpisa. Because I don't kneel, but you will never hear me abuse an elder person, ne bw'aba mulema, ne bw'aba mwavu, ne bw'aba ki, because I know everybody deserves respect, and respect comes in so many different forms. Yes. You have not answered my question, so we go to the next one. Hey, what was your question, Baba? Let me check. Let me check. What was your question again? Please help me. Please help me. Please help me. Please help me. Auntie, please don't generalize. That is the only. What about Kenyan men? Ah! You're asking about Kenyan men. I've just told you, I've answered the question. You didn't hear me. I cannot answer that kind of question directly like that. You want them to lift me out of a vehicle. Yeah. You are joking. What if one of them actually recognizes me and they casca me out of the car? Cha. No, 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 no. You should come visit us in South Africa one day, Lynn. We love you. Hey, Bambi. I love you guys too. I I do love South Africa, but I can't come to South Africa by bus. So I need to get my pocket up and my visa up because we need visas to be able to come to South Africa. Okay? Yeah. But when I can, definitely. I want to look at that. Why is South Africa a thing? Like they praise South Africa like it's not supposed to be in Africa. Hmm? I want to see what it is about. Your tribe eats others. Oh, Benjamin, thank you so much. Thank you very, very, very much for my gift. What? Guys, sometimes people want to leave me speechless. Your tribe eats. Are there tribes that eat each other where you come from? Because we don't. Even those stories you hear on the internet, most of those stories are just for the views. And you take it that serious. Oh, God. Bananga, you guys answer this gentleman for me. Benjamin Goodhart, thank you so much. Thank you very much. Some questions are traps. I'm telling you. I'm telling you 100% some of these questions I need traps because what do you mean other people eat? Ay, 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 ay. Aha. By the way, you are looking cool. Oh, thank you. That's better. That's better. That's better. Benjamin, how are you? Benjamin, thank you. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, there's so many things that I need to do before I go home. Like home, you know what I mean when I say home, home. And one of them is to make sure that I see at least 80% of this world. Like that is a dream, an ultimate dream of mine. Like at least 80% of the world. I know I may never be able to see particular parts of the world, but I want to see as much as I can. You said you are not seeing no one. I'm not sure what that is supposed to mean, but I don't remember saying that. Welcome, Banange Mkwano. Thank you, Bambi. You know, someone ukwata akasente ke nakakuwa, eh? Somebody giving you money. There are two things that if somebody gives you those two things, they really care for you or they wish you well, at least. If someone can kneel down and include you or mention your name to God in a good way, that is some kind of blessing. And if someone can get their money and give it to you, however small it is, they care about you. In terms of a man, he's asking if you are dating anyone. Um, Unfortunately, I am not dating anyone. You know why I'm saying unfortunately? Because I know the kind of person I am and what kind of, yeah, let me leave it at that. But fortunately, I get to travel, I get to do videos, I get to explore life, I get to watch what it is like because I see other people being loved the way I was craving to be loved. And deep down, I know it may never be my turn, but I'm happy for them. Yeah. But also, it makes like the longer I stay single, the more I become comfortable. When I was still dating, I used to be scared of being alone. Like, I used to be scared of being alone, really. And I think most of the people I've dated because I didn't want to be alone. But now that I've been alone for yeah. If I tell you the time, if I tell you the years I've spent single, my goodness, I didn't know I could do that. I'm a very strong girl now. Cheers. Mm, yeah. Now I know I'm a strong girl. Yes, guys, thank you so much for watching. And Jackie, thank you for reminding them to subscribe. And Jackie, how is that place treating you? Uh, how is that place treating you? Guys, are you seeing this? are, you, are you seeing this? I don't like it. See my extra cheeks. And I really try. I really do try to make sure I don't get like overly fat. But then it still comes. No, Sobera, I let you, I get you a Kenyan man. Ah, ah, ah. So you are looking at me and my peace is disturbing you. So you want to bring some drama and some chaos in my life. I think you're looking at me and you're like, she's too peaceful. I should find somebody to disorganize her. Lynn, it's Hito. As in, we are just trying. Oh, is it hit time already? Lynn is looking for a Ugandan man. Ah, yeah. I think one thing for sure in this generation, if you actually value relationship, if you actually value commitment, and if you value character, if you value family, stay alone because people don't. Most people in this generation, sadly, do not value those things. Most people, men in this generation, men are complaining and the women are complaining. Kwegamba, we are all complaining, but I think it's easy to tame a woman who, because most women behave the way they behave because they've already been broken. And who broke them? Men. So if you tame her into back to reality, back to life. Every woman wants to get married, to have love, to have companion, to have a family to go back home to. But it's so sad. You meet someone today, you meet a man, and you're like, this man. And you start talking, and then you realize why you should stay single. And you meet a man and you talk, and everything goes well. 2 days later, so when are you visiting me? Or I thought Uganda is different from us here in Kenya. Men are men. That's one thing I can tell you. But you choose your battles wisely. Eh, that's all I can tell you. Men are men, but you choose your battles wisely. Meanwhile, there are people outside shouting. I think these people who are coming from the stadium to look at Raila for the last time. Yeah. So basically, that's all I can tell you about, life and dating. Like, I'm not even eager. Like, if it comes, of course I'm human. Of course I'd, try and welcome it. But I wouldn't be like, hey, I need. No. Yeah. You can stick with the married. Huh? Can you stick with the married for 60 years? I don't think I'll live 60 more years from now. Let's start there. Yeah, let's start with the reality. If I'm 30 now, 30 plus 60, that's how old. So no, I don't think I'm going to live more 60 years on earth. And then also, you can never say yes or no to situations like that because you don't know how it's going to go. But if the kind of person that I envisioned in my head existed, I think yes, I would. And what kind of person am I envisioning? A very generous person. And I don't mean only generous to me, but also generous to the people around him. A leader, somebody who can actually tell me to shut up, who has the balls to tell me to shut up. I will not shut up, but at least he has the balls to tell me. Ah. Yeah. Yes. I want him to speak to me, and I'm like, yes, sir, and I will not question his authority. And not because I fear him so much, not because no, but because I value and respect his opinion as my partner. And it takes a lot for you to get to that point. So, because I think I've been finding men that fear the little bit of masculinity in me, because I don't sit down, I talk back. Like, I'll not abuse you, but I will question, and men don't like being questioned. So if I met somebody who can actually make me stay in my feminine energy more, yes, I just joined, found you talking about being available. I have a friend who is searching. I think most women like men who are leaders but not trants. No, men don't like women who are leaders. They think they like women who are leaders until they get one. That's when they're like, mm-mm. um, Men are not men mkwano, the good ones that care without bullying a woman. Oh, you see, Wama, thank you. Thank you, Benjamin, very much. Yes, most men like to care for you as they bully you. And actually, if you don't have your own money as a woman, men will bully you because they are feeding you. And you'll have a lot of unwanted sex. You find yourself sleeping with your legs open because you want him to get on and get it done with because he paid the bills. I don't want to be that. Yeah, but on a serious note, most men want independent women, strong women, leaders, until they actually meet one. And then they can't handle it. They were not meant to handle it. What about friendship, Lynn? Are you winning in that department? I think I do have a few genuine friends. Yes, I do have a few genuine friends, but I think that most of my friends are people who are in different age groups as me. Now, for example, Auntie Jackie is my friend, but she's in a different age group than me. So, which means the things that will interest us or the things that we can meet to do together are limited. Unless she's, me, I'm my age. I still feel like that I stopped growing at. I want to tell you, I stopped growing 20. The day I turned 25, me, I've never felt anything older than 25. I've never. Yes, I might get, my body sometimes lets me know that, oh, you're getting older, but my spirit has never felt anything older than that. And then I have friends who are really younger than me who are looking up to me. But I fell out with most friends who were my age bracket or age group because I think we were on different paths in life and it hurt me then, but now I understand it. Like, I do understand it. And because I'm a very clingy person, like I like my people to be my people. Let's say Auntie Jackie is my friend. If I find out that Auntie Jackie is now more friends with Shami, for example, I would take that personal. Yes, I was that kind of girl. Like, it's even embarrassing to say. But yes, I was that type of girl until the last 2 years have been really good years to teach me to be by myself because I think I was too codependent. Yeah, too good to other people that I forgot I needed to be good to myself. So in the friendship department, I'm not complaining. I think I'm fine. Yeah. No women want leaders. For us women, we just, I don't know. Ah, by the way, You are joking. I can still play the ball. You be like Linbanda Baba Tianzo Mkazo Mkulu. Those are the excuses they usually use. How will my son see me playing dodgeball? Yes, for me, I want it to rain and I get in the rain and play in the rain. Yeah, I want to play in the rain. And that is why I have to work so hard. Dear God, if you're hearing me, I want to have a home that when it rains, I can take off my clothes and run in the rain naked. Yes, that's what I want. Coffee with Lean anytime soon. Yeah, by the way, I've been open to coffee. With my Kenyan friends, Midred. Hi, love. How are you doing? So, tomorrow I have some Kenyan gentleman who is taking me for a ride. So, I don't know if that's how Kenyan men ask for dates. I don't know if that's how Kenyan men ask for dates, but he was like, Lynn, I just want to show you around town. I saw you filming underground, and I wanna show you the upper part. I'm like, he wants to show me the upper part. Okay, okay, okay. I'm like, okay, 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 okay. Let's see. Let's go. Yeah, so I've been meeting a few of my subscribers and it's really amazing. And Kenyans have such a positive vibe, honestly speaking. Jokes aside, they have such a positive vibe. They don't fear the camera and they're open to showing you, yeah? Do us come ride with come for a ride with Lynn. We want to be part of the ride. You have to promise you will not be nosy. You will not be too nosy, yeah? You'll be like, yeah, you'll just. Yeah. Lynn, say bye to Uganda because Kenyan men, we are coming. Go. Yeah, Emmanuel. Yeah, Emmanuel. You will not scare me. Bye, bye, bye. Oh, yeah. And then there's a video I did about Narok. This guy literally left Nairobi and went to Narok in a village. In the village, guys. In the village. Now that's something I would do, but imagine being Ugandan and someone marries you Kenyan and takes you to Nyabohansi, for example, and drops you there. That's also my biggest fear. Yeah, we want to be part of the ride. Mildred, you have to do pink promise. Yeah. But so far, Kenyans have really been good people. My host has been a very, very good and kind person. And I cannot mention how busy she is. I've been here for almost a week in some days, and we haven't had time to actually sit and talk about a few things because she's really busy. Kenyan ladies are go getters. I wonder why. They're go getters. Like, they are so hardworking. I admire that about them. Mm. I admire that about them. Hey, I'm telling you, I don't want to be with someone that I'm laying with just to get it done with. Uh-uh. No, 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 no. I'd rather stay alone. Know what I mean? Hey, it has already been an hour. Hey, Shmukwano. That's a funny fear, genuine. Now you see, you understand, eh? You understand. Imagine, eh? This poor girl fell in love with a man in the city. You guys could watch that video. And this man carried this beautiful woman from Nairobi to Narok in the jungle. It's like Masai Mara jungle. Ah, hey. And you know the thing is, after a man marries you, hmm, whatever he says goes, unless you want to lose the marriage. Unless you want his family to say you are a bad wife. Ah, have you made friends? Not so much. Like, I think I'm not easy to. I'm not. How do I explain it? Like, it's so. I fear approaching people or starting up conversations with people. That is why it's even difficult for me to interview people randomly on the street. But once I find you in the corner like this and we have a conversation for 5 minutes, you may never forget me for the rest of your life. And have I made friends? Yeah, the shoemaker. The shoemaker at my friend's, at my hostess place. Yes, I've made another friend with some content creator. So basically, since I came, I just go to town, make content, come back home and edit, and be busy. You know? Kenya, it's a vacation. Yes, in Kenya it's the other week was fine, but then this week I got sick. I'm still sick, and that's why you see my eyes are like, when you see me squinting like that, you just know something is pinching me. Yeah, so this week has been a disorganized one. There is just so much happening that I can't give you all the details in one go. Otherwise, what will you watch? What will you watch? So, this week has been a very funny week. My health has been bad, but also the political issues and the losing of Odinga and the other Kimani, and so I can't say it has been a very fruitful week. This has been a very slow week. But she followed love. Okay. Love can scatter you. Eh? Love will scatter your brain as a woman, and by the time you actually realize that it has scattered you, you'll be too old to try anything. You'll be too tired to even want to date anybody. One of my goals is to visit East Africa soon, especially Uganda. Benjamin, what are you waiting for? Eh? What are you waiting for? So there is a thin line, a thin difference between Uganda and Kenya. That is an honest truth. If you want a lot of safaris, a lot of big malls, come to Kenya. Yes. But if you want vibe, people, food, and chaos, okay, Kenya. You know the chaos in Uganda and the chaos. It's like Ugandans, they're like silent banners. They're not loud, but they're loud in actions. But anyway, I pray that you get the time and the chance to explore both countries. So you tell me which one you'd prefer. But food wise, yes, nothing beats Ugandan food. Also, Kenyans know. Guys, don't you know? Kenyans, don't you know, my friends? Yes, they also know. They also know. So, mm, this week has been a very awkward week for me. I even have this is magnesium because my ulcers have been trying me. They have been trying me. Zibadde zinegezaamu. Zibadde zinegezaamu. And I hate the fact that I have not cooked today. Mercy, Eileen. Do you still go to church? Yes, I do go to church, yes, but not a regular church girl, not a regular church goer. But once in a while, like when I feel like my spirit, you know, there are days when you feel like your spirit is telling you go to church. I'll go, I'll spend an entire day. I don't care, I'll go. But I don't go to, because it's a tradition. Every Sunday we go to church, every whatever the day you guys go to church, I don't know. I don't do traditional church days. But yes, I do go to church. But when I go to see my father, then I'll go to church on Sunday by force. Because my father and church, they're like this. You cannot separate them. But me as a person, I go to church when my spirit is either happy, like when I'm really, really, really happy, like right now, even though I'm sickly, like I'm very sickly. For example, this whole week I've been having tonsils, then ulcers, then fever, then kwegamba, my whole body hasn't understood this week. But this week I've made some good friends. I've gotten something very nice. Compose yourself, Lynn. Compose yourself. Good girl. Yes. I'm sure when I go to Uganda, I'll go to church to say thank you. Hey, fell in love with Uganda because my cousin lived there before, there for years as a United Nations doctor. She even brought some Ugandan friends with her home one of the Christmases years ago. Oh, really? Benjamin, you're going to come to Uganda and then you'll meet me and then you'll fall in love with me. That's a joke. You'll fall in love with Uganda and its people. That's what I was trying to say. In Uganda, life is more affordable compared to Kenya. In Kenya, a Kenyan who has lived in Uganda and food was much more cheaper compared to. I'm a Kenyan who has lived in Uganda and food was much cheaper. I think you have that view because of how diverse our food is. And let me make this, I've never actually had a Kenyan who does not, okay, this is going to sound personal. Let me leave it because sometimes when you're trying to actually say your truth, some people, food can be cheap or expensive depending on the restaurants or places you eat from. But on a general scale, on a very general scale, Kenyan food is cheap. Because imagine beans and maize. Ugandans, can you imagine like kasoli wa meka n'ebijanjalo? That's a meal. Like all you have to do is buy ugali and sukuma wiki. That's what I'm saying. Like the simplicity of your food and a whole composite meal makes it easier for you. But in Uganda, one has to buy matoke, then buy sauce, then a whole meal in Uganda. But maybe every perspective is right. Okay? Why do you go to church the days you are happy? Just curious to know. I don't go to church only on the days I'm happy. I go to church on the days I am really happy. I go to church on the days I'm confused, that I don't have anyone to talk to. I go to church when I feel very sad, like very sad. But most of the times, I have a small place in my home that is dedicated to praying every single day. But there are times when you need to get out of the house and maybe pray from somewhere else, and that's the time I actually get out to pray. Okay? But most of the times, I will do it in that specific place in my house. So I'm a believer, but also some believers make Christianity. I am trying to be very selective of the words that I'm using. Yeah. But Mercy, you've understood my point. Like, I don't only go there when I'm happy, but when I'm happy, I'm even happier to go to church, if that makes sense. Nailin Zab, you're so interesting. Thank you. That's humorous joke and epic. Honestly, no one knows. Predict. Exactly. But it was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke. Some believers give Christianity a wrong view. Yeah, especially when you go to church and they get used to you, and every time you come, because they see you, you're doing that and this, and they assume you're supposed to contribute to every you can't be busy. Then they will guilt you to say, oh, you are not busy for this, but you're busy for God. You are not like that kind of talk. I really don't like it. Like, if I'm busy, I'm busy. Even the Bible tells you there is time for everything. If I am busy, I am busy. And if I am not busy, then I am not busy. But then if you have a particular church where you go to, when you don't go to church that day, they will make you feel so guilty, like you killed somebody. And I don't like that. Some churches go as far as knowing that, oh, she earns some money every time you're the one buying pastor's fuel. You see? You see? So, and then also the fact that church is no longer church the way it used to be. So I come um, ah, this friend of mine deserves a hug. Imagine I'm on her Wi-Fi for free. Imagine I am on her Wi-Fi for free for 1 hour plus. Anyway, so imagine, what were we talking about? I know it was a joke. So we continue. Yeah, when you don't go to church and they're used to you going to church, then they start blaming you. Now she's too busy for God. Now she's, you know, when we were kids, we would go to church, would have a Sunday school, and church would last particular hours. Like, I grew up from a Catholic church. Yeah, I grew up from a Catholic church. And in the Catholic church, that time, we go to church for 1.5 hours. I was young, but I knew that was the time. Actually, 1 hour. And then the half an hour was for when they had auctions or trying to raise money for something. But go to church now. Yo. They have obubbo nga buna butaano in one service. Oh, this one is for Prestige fuel. This one is for electricity. This one is for food for the choir members. This one, like, what about my tithe and the chiwebwayo? What was that for? Eh? Eh? No, Auntie Jackie, I'm sorry to say, but I don't understand it anymore. I don't. And it's okay. And for people who still trust and believe, I applaud. That's for you. You know, when the older you grow, the more you realize that letting people do what works for them, or what, just because they do not agree with me, they are wrong. No, I could be wrong. They could be wrong. But we can all be right and live in harmony by accepting that we can never have the same beliefs. But then you go to church, ne bayisa akabbo ka uniform z'abayimbi. The following day, ne bayisa akabbo ka... No. Ebirango ne bifuuka ebirango. Those days birango used to be for 15 minutes. But now, simanya misa ey'enjawulo, they will read like 100 envelopes. No. Actually, tithe is meant for the poor, not the pastors. Do they? Let's not go there even. ah, ah, yo. You were talking about church. Come back. Okay. Actually, Aunt Jack, let's not go there. Because they will say, I'm a hater. They'll say, she's a hater. Because the lives our pastors and priests and bishops and popes live, if tithe really goes to the poor, there will be no hungry person in the church. There will be no homeless person in the church. But let's stop there because I'm going to get emotional and we don't like that. We are the church. Where we congregate to worship is just a building. Exactly. So the moment I understood that, I will go to the building, whatever you want to call it, but let's call it church. I'll go to church every once in a while just to keep myself grounded, just not to get off track. It is important to have something that actually grounds you and something that you. Are you seeing my bag? It's ready to be packed. And the dust, all this dust was from Narok. Go to the poor, but the things have changed. Yes, yes, yes. You give tithe, that tithe is meant to go to the poor and to run the church. That's why priests didn't have jobs. But now they have businesses. But they still take their tithe. Now, I'm not a jealous person, hater for pastors, but at least help a few people in the church. Hello? So, but I still give tithe. And the way I give tithe, according to some books in the Bible, I don't know where exactly, but I know they're there. I'm supposed to get my salary, a tenth of my salary, and take it to the church. But here is what I do instead. And if I'm going to perish for that, well and good. I don't mind. If I get money, let's say I've gotten 1,000,000 shillings, I'm going to get 100,000, that is my tithe, and I'll send it to Beatrice. Why? Because Beatrice needs it. Beatrice needs to take her children to school, but the church has 1,000 other people to give it. Maybe my take is lame, but that's how I feel. That's how I feel. You feel me? Benjamin, why are you deleting messages? Eh? Oh, why are you deleting messages? You shouldn't delete messages. So, basically, it has been a very nice evening. I've had fun being here with you. I think I should edit videos because today I didn't post for you any video. Auntie Jackie, tithe are for the upkeeps of the kingdom of God. But you see now, you are going to start having different texts on tithing. I really don't care about tithe now. I care that I give some of my money to the people that also pray to God for help, but will not get the help from the church. But if you feel or do otherwise, that's good for you. No one upkeep is contribution, not tithe. Tithe is for the poor. But Aunt Jackie, that is what it was supposed to be, but it's not. Do you know that in the Catholic Church? Tell when we start that one. But don't get pissed. You know that the Roman Catholic Church or the Vatican receives money every single Sunday from every parish. So every small church collects the money and takes it to the parish so that they can send it to Vatican. Why really should people in Uganda, poor people in Uganda, send money to Vatican? Just thinking out loud. Anyway, anyway, let's leave that topic because you know those are really complicated topics. None of us can really understand. I could be wrong. You don't never know. I could be wrong, but that's how I see things. We need to sow 10% of our net income to God, but you need to sow on a fertile ground. Yeah, that's very true. That is very true. Anyway, guys, today is a Friday. There is a bar. There is a bar just next to me. Let me tell you a short story before I end this live. Kenya, Kenya, Kenya. I don't think I'll need to go abroad anymore. I will, I will make Kenya my abroad. Let me tell you something. There's a bar near me, and this bar is a banger. Like it looks really nice on the top. And then there is a decoration of nyama choma everywhere. Like when you look at it, you're like, But me, who knows how Kenyan nyama choma tastes and how Ugandan nyama choma. That's not something that really appetizes me. But then I get in. And the vibe is up here now. I haven't been to a club in the last 3 years. So I'm like, I think it's time to remind myself of the body I used to be. Let me go. I put on my short dress. Very simple. By the way, this is usually my makeup. You see, lipstick. If I've made up so much, I'll do the eyebrows, and that's it. So anyway, I pop. What is nyama choma? Nyama choma is barbecue, like fried, roasted meat. Nyama is meat, choma is roasted. Nyama choma. Nyama is meat, and choma means roast or roasted. So I'm like, let me get into this bar. I need to see if I still got some moves. I get into the bar. When I get into the bar, I'm like, so how am I going to catch a vibe when I'm in the bar alone? I'm in the bar alone. So I need to hype up myself with a drink. So because I'm traveling on a budget, I get a Smirnoff. I don't even know. I can hear some educated people call it Smirnoff. I don't know how you call it, but that's how I call it, Smirnoff. So I go to the counter. The first counter, I take 1,000 Kenyan shillings to the counter, and the guy looks at me and says, "We don't have change." And if you look at the bar, and they're saying they don't have change. So I'm like, okay, no problem. I'll just, tour with my eyes for 5 minutes and get out. Because what are you doing if you're not drinking? Looking at people doing whatever they're supposed. And Kenyans are so bold. They be kissing, they be doing things. Okay. Anyway, I get to the upper bar and I order for a beer. This time I don't show him the money. They first open for me. Open for me the bottle. When they open it, then I show him the money. And that's when he says, "We don't have change," but the waitress will go down to look for the change because the bar is like my house, It's like a loft house, but a big one. Imagine my house, but a big one. Yes, that's how the bar is. So I wait for around 40 minutes for that waitress to come back and give me my balance. And after 30 minutes of waiting, I didn't want the Smirnoff anymore. So she comes. I think their main goal is to frustrate you, to either use M-Pesa or leave them with a change. And being the lean that I am, I was like, "You're not taking anything." I waited until she came back, and when she came back, then I left the beer on the table. And ladies and gentlemen, that was the last time I was in a Kenyan bar. That was the last time I was in a Kenyan bar. Because I've agreed. If Kenyans and Ugandans were a family, Kenyans would be the second born. Because they are very reckless when it comes to some things. They just don't care. They have this attitude of "we live once." Love it though. Anyway, that was it. Hey, I haven't been on a live for this long in a long time. For this long in a long time. Thank you so much for being here with me for all this while. I do appreciate it. And if I've said or done something that have upset you, please, I'm sorry. It is important to apologize. Yes, and if you have any suggestion for me or a question before I leave, please say it now or forever hold your peace. Or forever hold your peace. As you pray for me for these chicks to subsidize. As you pray for me for these chicks to reduce. But other than that, Aunt Jackie, Benjamin, and this person's name that I failed to read. There is Emmanuel, there is Mercy, there is so many people. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'll catch you on the next videos. Oh, thank you so much, Mercy. Thank you so much, Mercy. Mother Aggie. Aggie, hey, Aggie went to Mbali and she kept quiet from there. Why did you go to Mbali and just keep quiet from there? You should move and see us go. Yes, 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 guys. I am happy. I've been praying for something forever. And finally. Okay, guys, I like to end the video here. I wish I could go on and on, but my eyes feel heavy and I know I have to sleep early today because tomorrow, oh no, not tomorrow. I have to edit some work. Was fortunate to catch up with you this time. Yes, yes, I was fortunate to have you two here. It's always a blessing. Yeah, so I have to do a little bit of editing because the whole of today I've done zero work. My energy has been low. So, mwah! Salute. It's only 9 there. Yeah, it's only 9 p.m. But I have some videos to edit, Aunt Jackie. And, you know, you can't edit videos when you're exhausted. And I have to edit, and then maybe I'll finish around midnight and then sleep around 1 and then wake up around 7. So you see? Okay. Goodbye. I going. Rest in peace, Coco. Have been editing for, you see? Panag, there are some days that can come and you don't want to edit anything when you don't have the motivation. But every time you remember you need the money, you get your ass up and edit. Okay, bye. ah.